guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be touring the most underrated Adopt Me builders builds in Adopt Me, aka Apple Builds, who is sitting right next to me. He is so talented and creative with everything he builds. Every build is also so different and it just has its own little thing, which I love about it. But without any further ado, let's get straight into the video.
We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a...
So this is the first build that we're going to look at with Apple. Of course, if people don't know, this is a voice recording, so I'm just voicing over this whole thing. But I'm going to describe it to you because honestly, half the time I was just saying, oh my god, and I don't know if you would want to hear that. But anyways, of course, you guys can look at this Apple build on his YouTube, and this was the hotel apple tree. Now, parts I skipped and everything because there was so much to this build, but you've got a nice big center with a bunch of flowers. There's a bunch of like butterflies as well. Over here, we've got like a whole little section. There's like a Starbucks, there's like a sushi bar. This was the first thing I went to. It's really cool, honestly. I love the green, just like the sage kind of mint green. It's like really cool. Over here we've got like an ice cream parlor, and again, just the detail with the ice cream, just everything was absolutely beautiful. And even the Starbucks, I mean, literally even the sign of the Starbucks, I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. Now, I did struggle to actually find the rooms because I literally could not find them, but we've got this really cool elevator here. Obviously there's tutorials online and everything, but it's just generally so cool. And this was one of the first rooms. I think it was just like a normal room because there's also luxury rooms that, you know, we're going to be looking at a little bit later. But obviously it was generally just so incredible. Like, there was so much detail. I thought the bed was quite cool. Obviously, like, you've got genuine beds anyway, and especially the bathroom, just like obviously compared to his other builds that we'll see later, they have definitely got a lot more detail and he has definitely improved. I mean, he's already building so gracefully. It's actually incredible. And on top of everything, you get this really nice view just looking over the entire hotel, and oh my god, it was absolutely beautiful. Now, obviously, again, I struggled to find these, so Apple eventually showed me them, but honestly, this apartment was so much better than the normal rooms because just look at the amount of detail. Like, over here we had this makeup stand and it looked so good, even from someone who doesn't wear makeup, and the bags, the shoes, they were just all customized, and it was honestly so good. The bed and even the light there, like everything, it was generally just so cool. And I loved this bathroom. This was probably one of my favorite rooms. The shelf was so good. I loved how like the bath was just represented, and even like the kitchen, it was like so basic, but it was so good at the same time. I mean, you've got like a customized table, you've got, you know, another great view because you've got like a balcony on top of everything, and it was generally just so beautiful. But yeah, and then we went to the next one. The next build we're looking at is yet again another hotel, but it's honestly so beautiful. And also the lights on the trees, we're going to see that in another build later on as well, but they're absolutely beautiful. But one thing I can say about this place though is that in daytime, it is generally just so much better. This part was probably one of my favourite parts of the build, where you had the middle part with all the tables, and also you had a little front desk, and we're going to be looking at one of the rooms. Now, there's a lot of rooms, so I'm only going to be showing one, and I think they were all the same pretty much anyway, but this was one of the rooms, again with sage green. It was absolutely beautiful, and you know, we got the little Arctic reindeer to demonstrate, but it was honestly so just perfect and beautiful. And we also had a pool area with customized women and men signs. It was so cool, and this is definitely my favorite part of this build, the escalators. I could not stop going up and down. Like, it was generally, I don't even know how he did this. It was just so great. And on top of the escalators, we've also got a customized elevator. I thought I was going to get killed, but Apple was taken first. But it's just so clever that like you can make so many things that move in your build. Like, it's generally incredible. I could never do this. But anyways, we've got the legendary room, basically the luxury room of this hotel, and the amount of detail was generally insane. Like, just look at everything, even the plants, just everything. One thing I did love so much though was the rug. Like, I know it's probably one of the easiest things to do, but I generally loved it so much. Like, you even had little like pillars that were like, you know, just everything. It was just mwah. And also there was like these stars that I really loved. I thought that was like so just adorable. You had even logs with the fireplace. Like, oh my god, like just the creativity was absolutely insane. This was another thing that I loved though. It was like a mini aquarium. Like, it was just so adorable. That was probably one of the best things from this build, as well as, of course, the beautiful escalators. And the final thing to this build was a beautiful cinema. Again, it's quite basic, but it's generally so cool. I loved how you could see like little sound things coming out of the little speakers as well. And there was even like a movie, like that was so creative, but honestly, it was so beautiful. And anyways, we went on to the next one. Now, the next build that Apple is going to show us, he hasn't finished, but that is completely fine because obviously builds probably take a hell of a lot of time, especially with the amount of detail. But the hallway, the customized doors, it was so beautiful, and when I walked into this room, let me tell you, I could not even express my feelings. Like the alarm clock, the nightstands, the bed, there was so many things that had so much detail. I mean, even the bed was almost as tall as me. You could put your pets on it, the pillows, just absolutely everything. It had just so much detail. One thing I really liked though over here though was the statues. I thought these were just super cute and everything, and we even had this little section over here barricaded by like a customized kind of wall thing where we had like makeup. It was customized again. It was so realistic and it was just so beautiful. Next, we had like a dining room. There was so much to this. There was a fireplace, a chandelier, even the art on the wall. Everything was just so realistic. You can tell that this took so much time. Even the fruit bowl, there was a coffee machine, like, oh my god, like everything was just like so beautiful. We had like a little balcony out here as well with customized doors and everything again. There was like this big area with books and a piano. It was just so graceful. Like there's no other words I can use to describe this. And I love this artwork on the wall. I thought that was generally so beautiful because I love blue especially. Like I would gladly have this house, honestly. Like it just looks so realistic. And another thing Apple said was how people think it's Bloxburg, and I feel like it is because it seems so realistic and everything. Like you can tell part of this would come from Bloxburg. Like you've got that inspiration there and everything. But anyways, we went on to the next one. The next build was probably the biggest Adopt Me house, but it was probably one of the smallest builds, but it had so much detail to the point I had to put my graphics up, like, oh my god. But this was just such a beautiful coral reef. Like there was so many different colours, it just felt so alive. There was also animals down there, which I felt obviously made it a little bit more realistic and everything. Obviously I struggled to get photos as well because I kept rising back up, but it was so beautiful. I saw a betta fish as well, and I think a diamond mahi, which obviously have been added since, you know, he made this probably because of recent updates and everything. There's like a little grinding area as well, which I thought was super cute, and honestly it's probably one of my favourite houses. But anyways, we went on to the next one. So this one consisted of the laggy tree that possibly some people know about because I was looking at this house one time in the stream, but it is such a beautiful tree. It's just because there's so many little bits, it ends up being so laggy. But anyways, the rest of the house is kind of like a cozy little cottage in a way. There's hot chocolate, it's so festive, and I love Christmas, so this was definitely my house. But again with the green and even bits of red, it was just so adorable. And I really liked how the actual closet had a door that was a bit open. I thought that was so creative. There was a little ribbon, I loved that so much, and again, as I said, it just felt so cozy. The bathroom was also really cute as well. I love how there was like a customized sink. I love how there's little bits of holly around like the top as well. And one thing that I found so cool that you guys are going to see in a sec, I found a ducky in the bath. Like, oh my god, no, it was generally so cute, and I absolutely love this house so much. And the next build was honestly so creative. It was a little boutique, again probably one of my favorites. You could actually buy avatars as well. There was hats, there was customized shoes and stuff. Even the plants, like the roses, like oh my god, they were just so beautiful. And I felt like the color scheme with pink and green went so well, and like that blue chandelier thing was honestly so beautiful as well. We had some bags, like even the front desk. I love how there was campfire cookies on the desk as well, you know, as a little welcoming. I thought that was generally so beautiful. There was also customized vases / vases, however you want to say it, and also there was a little section where you could obviously try stuff on. I thought that was just honestly, you know, like you need something in a place like this, and just everything, it was just absolutely beautiful. Everything had like the smallest bit of details that made it as it was. And there was also little tiaras. Like I thought that was so cool. Obviously, you know, you can use little hat items for that, but you know, I sat down, I enjoyed my time in this little build. Again, it's probably one of my favorites. And we've got the rugs back again. Honestly, there it is, my beauty. I love this rug so much again, and I know like you can easily do it, but it was just so beautiful. And obviously like the bags were probably one of my favorite things, just because like, you know, and the customized shoes, because they were just so creative. Now, the next build was probably one of the biggest ones, and it was absolutely so beautiful. We'll get to that garden later, but the first thing I saw when I walked in was this little kitty cat, and like, Oh my god, like who would not want to take that home? It was so cute. We had a sign, home sweet home. Again, it was just so like aesthetic, like so just adorable and everything in general. There's a little window. I love this like little kitchen bit. There was like wine stuff. Like it just felt like such a nice cozy family home. And like this big picture as well. Like I thought that was just so just like wow. Like I don't even have the words to describe this anymore, literally. And I love the little fireplace and like the little kind of seating area there. It was so cool. And then we had an upstairs. Again, like it was just so cool. Like we had this little bed area. Like it was just so creative. Oh, and also by the way, Apple is training this house. If you guys have any offers, you can obviously comment that below, or even go onto Apple's channel, which will be linked below, and you can go comment on his channel and ask for the house you saw in my video, or even if he's done a video of it, which he probably has. And this bathroom was honestly just so beautiful. It was so creative, the little bits of art, and even like the rug bits on the floor was so cute. Like I absolutely love this house. And now we have got the outside garden. It was so beautiful, like the lights and everything. Of course we'll see it in a second at night. We've got like a mini little pumpkin patch there. And one thing I found so creative was this screen with the projector. I mean, look at it, it's literally moving. Like, what more detail could you get? And even the little lights on like the screen and everything, it just looked so beautiful. And one thing Apple said, which obviously you can see now, this place looked so much better at night. Everything was just lit up. It had like just such a great mood. Now, I don't know what this little place was here. I think it was just like a mini pond a bit, possibly. I'm not too sure. At first, to be honest, I thought it was like a little jacuzzi, but it might be like a little bit you go in. I'm not too sure, but it was still so beautiful. And the house as well, like literally I don't even have words for this. Like it generally looked like some sort of like maybe Bloxburg / like the Sims 4 house. It generally looked so just real, like especially when it was kind of like in the mountain as well. And anyways, we went on to the final build. Obviously at first we had this little road. I thought this was generally so cool, like even little bricks like around it on the pathways. I also love how there was actually cars in the driveway, like oh my god. And even like the little hedges and like the steps leading up to the house, even the lights outside the house, it was so cool. Now this house is probably gonna get a little bit laggy because the furniture limit was actually reached in this house. And you can probably tell this by literally the amount of detail that went into the walls, the floors, just absolutely everything around this house, including the little sushi here. I still love this so much. I think it was in the first hotel build as well, but it's generally just so beautiful. This place is so aesthetic. It feels like such a nice home. The chairs here are so detailed. They literally pop out, and I love how like the coffee table has a different shape and colors as well. Now this little outside bit was generally one of my favorite bits, like the railings especially was so beautiful. And even like the vases like with the flowers customized again, they were so beautiful. And even the stairs here, obviously these took ages to do because oh my god, they are absolutely beautiful. I love how like the shelf was inside the wall as well. I thought that was really just cool. The cat statue again, one of my favorites. And I love this bathroom, just like the sinks how they were, the bath how it was, even like the lights in the vases, and the flooring was just so beautiful. There's also like another customized wall, and of course he's playing Adopt Me. Now this was one of my favorite bits, the bed, generally just the bed in general. It was a nice screen and everything. Of course we've got a nice little balcony. We've got the customized flowers again, and look at this, like it generally looks such like a modern home. I love it so much. And obviously we've got a bit of a close-up on the bed here because I just wanted to show this again. It's honestly my favorite, the detail with just everything, even like the little square bits like the pillows. It was just generally so beautiful, and I love this house so much. It's generally one of my favorites, as it always is. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, I'd appreciate if you left a like and subscribe with notifications not to miss any other videos. My socials will be linked below, as well as Apple's channel, so please go subscribe to him. He is such an underrated builder. He does tutorials, if you need some help with building, go check him out as well. And comment below your favourite build, because there was honestly so many good builds. Even the hotel at the beginning was generally still one of my favourites. Like, there's so many bits to these builds that I love, and he is just such a talented builder, and I love everything that he does. But anyways, that's it for today's video. I love touring these builds. They were just all so creative, and hopefully you guys enjoyed me looking at these and explaining them and everything as well. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. So I love you all, and goodbye.